Hey guys, it's been a minute. Sorry I haven't posted in a while. I don't really have an excuse of why I didn't stop slacking again. So sorry for not posting. And I wanted to talk about the topic that I wrote about about 2 weeks ago. Maybe last Thursday. It was last Thursday, yeah. I talked about how that we need a stand, and I was talking about basing it off of, sorry about the car, Busy Road where I live, talking about Tye Tribbett's Stand Out, and how as Christians and followers of Christ that we need to stand out. Sorry about that. We need to stand. Because we're in a war right now. We're in a spiritual war right now. We might not be able to see it, but we can feel it with the heightened depression, anxiety, paranoia. That's what it is. It's a spiritual battle. Devil coming after you, trying to win, to take over your soul against God, which I still think it's pretty dumb that he keeps fighting God when we know that no one can defeat God and God always wins because he's pure. But we really do need to stand out, and we see people with mental illnesses. We see people suffering and going through stuff. We don't need to be the people that are like laughing at them and whatever, and acting all stuck up and mean. We need to be praying for them. And even if we get permission, whatever, just speaking to them, because not everyone has someone that's beside them to speak to them, Not everyone at all. Some people don't have anyone where they have someone standing at their bedside or praying for them or praying with them or encouraging them. Not everyone has that. We need to be more involved with the community as Christians. For the Christians that aren't more involved in the community, we need to be showing others, when they see us, the fruits of the Spirit of joy, love, peace, kindness, gentleness, goodness, self-control, forbearance, all of it, We need to be showing them that, We don't need to be all mean and stuff and just because, just to be mean, have a bad day, we think we're higher. We need to really start, we need to start having the fruits of Spirit. We need to start putting the armor of God on so we can understand the spirit of discernment, what is from God, what is not from God. We really need to guard our hearts. That's very important. Guard our minds. We need to guard all that because the devil can get in our mind like that in a snap. And we need to guard him for that so we can keep our mind focused on God. And so that we can do his good works. And so we need to stand because we know that the world's coming to an end, And when there's a spiritual war, we know the world's coming to an end, We see that the gas prices are going up. We see everything falling apart, It's falling apart for a reason because the world's coming to the end. And we really need to stand up and fight. And there's so much it talks about in the Bible. Revelations, read it. Really, read it. Matthew even has it, Even Timothy, All these New Testaments and even in the Old Testament, we talk about the world, the end of the world, but mostly in the New Testament because the Old Testament has references of Jesus coming to be born and live on earth. But mostly in the New Testament, it talks about Jesus coming back and the world coming to the end, and it tells us the signs of it, like of the storms, And some of these crazy storms, like tsunamis, tornadoes that are going on, those are signs, people being false prophets, those are signs. People telling people that Jesus or Jesus there, whatever, acting like Jesus, saying that, oh, I saw Jesus at the mall. No, that's not happening. That's demons in disguise trying to lead you astray. It talks about it in the Bible too. This is the time to really be in our word, on our word. This is the time to be straightening up. This is not the time for churches to be falling down, and worrying about this and that. This is what's happening in the world. This is the time to see the signs and stand up. Stand, against the devil. Stand against the demons. Stand against what's coming. We don't even have to fight because God, the angels are fighting for us. God is fighting for us. We don't even have to fight. All we have to do is stand and stay with him and not bow down to the devil because we just think we don't have nothing left in us. When we're looking at the wrong place, we're not supposed to be looking in us to find strength and for stuff to happen. We're supposed to be looking at God for giving us the strength. So we need to straighten up. We need to start acting like Christians, not acting like the standard Christians right now, doing this, doing that, what the world's doing and still saying stuff about God. No, we need to be, acting like the Christians in the Bible. We need to take this more seriously. This is not something to be sleeping on, This is not something to be sleep on, We really need to stand as Christians. We need to start trying to be forming more like Jesus. We need to, we're never going to be perfect on this earth before Jesus comes back, before we go to heaven, in his presence. Because we are humans. We can't be perfect, But what we can do is we can strive to be more like Jesus every single day. We can strive to be better and more holy like God is, People take the term holy about God lightly, a little too lightly. We don't realize that God has the power of life and death. He has the power of taking, somebody's life right then and there. He has that power. I was reading in the Old Testament, and they were talking about how these people were sinning and lying about it, and how God struck them right to the ground, just like that, without no warning or anything. Just struck them to the ground, struck them down to the ground. So what we really need to be doing, we need to be sharing the gospel right now. We need to be trying to bring people to Jesus and God. We need to be followers of Christ. We need to be disciples, We need to be speaking of the word because right now is the time to get people to church. Right now, we know the end times are coming. They have started right now. The signs are all there. Don't ignore it, Don't act like you don't see it because that's what we are put on this earth for. That's what we are as leaders, as Christians leaders. As Christians, our job is to be bringing people, especially right now, to Christ. Because without Christ, what are they gonna do? We don't want them left behind. And even when they're left behind, we don't want them not to know about Christ. They need to know. Even if they don't take it right now, you never know. If they're left behind, maybe they will grasp to that faith that they were taught about that God and Jesus dying on the cross. Maybe they'll grasp to that, and just pray and have the faith that they need at the ending, after the rapture and all of it, and they're left behind. Maybe they will take that, what you told them and what you spoke into their spirit about. Maybe they will take that and turn from their wicked ways and go to God. So it's so important for us to be sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ and of God and about revelations of the time coming. It's time for us right now to not be slacking off anymore. It's time for us to get serious in the word, serious about God, so we can help others and bring them in to know God's love, because there's no other love like God's, because his is the greatest. So it's time for us to stop playing and get real. Thank you for watching. Bye.